Reverend Crystal Cox, reading the Awakener, BbGoddessChurch at gmail.com to donate to our church. We are on page 79, the rays. The rays are special energies available to serve this universe. Each one has a specific range of vibration that shows itself in particular sounds and colors that parallel the rainbow. Each ray encompasses certain qualities and aspects of God. Until recently, we have had 7 rays available to us, and 7 of the ascended masters and archangels are the guardians or chohans of this ray. A few years ago, some of the ascended masters who had held these rays for some time began taking up new roles, and some other masters replaced them. Now, a further 5 rays are extended to Earth to be incorporated for use in this new age. We incarnate using a specific ray, and we reflect that particular aspect of God to other people. For most light workers, the energies of these rays are also a personal evolutionary learning. If, for example, you came in on the 5th ray of truth, you would find that you were quite a stickler for exact truth in your life, expecting it from yourself and others. Even though there's no facts, everything's subjective perspective, but truth is your truth. As you combine more fully with your I Am presence and incorporate the energies of this ray, you would find you require very precise, truthful wording. This is because people on the truth ray understand the power of words and realize that only when something is precise can it be perfectly duplicated in time and space, which allows a cleansing to take place, dispersing unwanted energies and conditions. When the wording is even slightly off, pure truth is not present and the energy cannot dissipate. This is why, when we do not take responsibility for causing situations in our lives, we tend to hang on to the thoughts and energies until we view it in truth, as it really is. This is carried through different incarnations when we blame someone else for something we created, as it is not the highest truth. It cannot be resolved. When we take responsibility and say, I created that, from that moment it can begin to dissolve. When we wish to work on a particular task, we tune in to the specific energy that can assist us. For example, if you wish to work and opening the heart chakra, you could draw on the energy of the pink ray of love. Okay, so it says the rays. The rays are will, wisdom, love, purity, truth, devotion, freedom. Okay, so number 1, the will is the color blue. Previous Kohan El Morie, current Kohan El Morie. Okay, number 2, the ray of wisdom, yellow. Previous Kohan is Kathumi, and current is Lord Lanto, L-A-N-T-O. The 3rd is love, pink, and previous Kohan, Lady Nada. Current is Paul the Venetian. 4, purity, white, Serapis Bay, and then Serapis Bay. Number 5, the truth ray. Colors green. Previous Kohan is Hilarion, H-I-L-A-R-O-N, and that is the current Kohan. Number 6, devotion. Color red. Previous Kohan, Jesus. Current Kohan, Lady Nada. Freedom. Number 7, color violet. Previous Kohan, Saint Germain. Current Kohan, Saint Germain. Every missionary has come here in order at least in one of these rays. This means that he or she holds that aspect of God deep within their heart and will have purposes and goals concerning that quality, as well as carry that energy within their auric field. You will reflect in your words and actions the particular quality of God that the ray encompasses. You can carry all 7, but this would be very exceptional. By studying the various qualities of the rays, you can see which are prominent in your life. There are 5 new rays penetrating the earth each with its own unique qualities. People are now beginning to adopt some of these incoming qualities. The new rays are to be mainly utilized to assist this planet into her new dimension, and will be used by those who will carry on their evolution in the fifth dimension. Some people, whilst in their sleep state, are perceiving these new colors coming to Earth. It can be a little frustrating when we find that these magnificently alive colors seen during sleep cannot be seen or recreated during their daytime experience. Wow. That's page 80 of the Awakener. That makes me almost want to cry. Like, in the last year in meditation, I have seen the most amazing colors that just make me cry and just fill me with love, and just amazing magentas and these blues, kind of like Caribbean blue, but just an undescribable color. And the other day I seen purple, like the purple ray, but just a level of color that you can't find. And yeah, so this is fascinating. Okay, so the 5 new rays. Number 8, clarity. Aquamarine. Love it. Number 9, harmony and balance. Magenta. Yep, love it. Saw it, love it. 10, eternal peace, which is the color gold. Love it. Divine purpose and joy. Peach. That's number 11. Don't love peach, so that's no wonder I don't have no joy. It is stripped of my joy. Okay, number 12, transformation, which is opal essence. So that's kind of how the rainbow's been doing the sky, too. Okay, the masters that preside over the guardians of the 12 rays are the Maha Chohan, Maitreya, and Buddha in ascending order. Above these we find Sanat Kumara, the Ancient of Days, and planetary logos of Earth. Sanat Kumara connects heaven, Shambhala, and Earth by reflecting the state of awareness of humanity to the spiritual mind of God. So Source, God, knows itself through humans' experience, through the rays, through the gods, through the Chohans experiencing life here. Okay, page 81, the energy shifts. These are vast energies reaching the Earth at this time to assist the transition. There have also been many special dispensations of energy granted by the hierarchy that oversees these operations to assist with cleansing and balancing of both the Earth and individuals. These energy shifts are often presented to the conscious awareness of the light force, or carried through messengers who have agreed to this task. Often a particular day or short period of time is chosen to focus or meditate upon. By joining together, sometimes physically and sometimes in a spiritual connection, and concentrating on a particular focus, we greatly assist the entire project. The New Age began its real shift in the 1960s, as people began to reach for a new awareness. In their search for peace and love, a tremendous shift in consciousness occurred that resulted in the growth of the hippie movement, flower power, and psychedelic drugs. This represented a major breakaway from past traditions. In 1987, a messenger in South America called Jose Arguelles, Arguelles, presented to the world a special energy day called the Harmonic Convergence. That was my awakening, was the Harmonic Convergence. I was 16, just about to turn 17. Many hundreds of thousands gathered throughout the world to focus on peace, and a great shift in consciousness occurred. Another important energy shift occurred on the 11th January 1992. In 1991, a messenger named Solara from the USA. So we had a bakery in Eureka, Montana, and we bought it from Solara. And she had a property there. But in the local paper, it talked about him seeing fairies and stuff. And the locals, my hometown, just were like... And so they ended up leaving. And so we bought the bakery, and her daughter worked for us. And yeah, that's just neat. I didn't know that... like I said, I've read this book. I don't remember her talking about Solara. Okay, so in 1991, a messenger named Solara from the USA did an excellent job traveling around the world awakening light workers. She told the Light Force that they needed to come together on the 11th of January at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. to perform specific actions in order to open a major dimensional doorway. On this day, called 11/11, hey, I have her white book called 11/11 from then. I'm just so excited. Set long ago, a certain critical mass number of lightworkers, spokespeople for the planet, were required to say a yes for this planet as part of its movement towards ascension. Although people were called to its key focus point in Egypt and New Zealand, it also asked for many other groups to link in throughout the world. It is estimated that about 4,500 groups came together on that day, and the doorway was opened. Many of those who participated had the number 1111 pre-coded in the etheric blueprint a long time ago. This helped trigger the memory that they were meant to help. Many lightworkers had this number continually presented to them in various ways, such as every time they looked at a digital clock, it happened to show 1111. It is interesting to see that 1111 is inscribed either side of the doorway of the ancient pyramid in Egypt, where the key activation point was required to be held. If any lightworker meant to help was still asleep on that date, or had not been picked up the signs, another stepped in to take its place. Some people were drafted into the role even minutes before 11 a.m. on the 11th, in order that the required number were met. This focus continued as further doorways are opened, and many still see 1111 signs in their life. Many other dispensations of energy occurred between 1992 and 94. During 1993, there were 4 principal ones of love, power, wisdom, and freedom, one for each quarter of the year. Another shift of energy occurred when 1 million lightworkers gathered in 58 countries across the world to chant the sacred universal sound of the Om for 8 minutes at 12 noon on the 21st of August in 1994. The date chosen by the Ascended Realms for this event was the 2000th birthday of Jesus Christ, who was actually born on August 21st, 7 BC. Is it BC before Christ? Oh. So that was the end of days, right? Then after that was all after Christ. Oh. Thousands gathered at the main focus point of this energy in Wembley Arena in London, UK. The sounding of the Om was led by 80 sisters and brothers of the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University dressed in white. The Om is known as the voice of God and is said to be the sound that holds the entire universe in balance. It is the Hindu symbol for God and is held as sacred in many religions, including Buddhism. The plan was to create a vortex of a depth necessary to reach down into the energy grid of the earth. Wembley was chosen because a partial vortex already existed there, created by various previous lightworker concerts and gatherings. The energy lines were being used to transmit the sound of the Om across the earth. Its purpose was to help bring any discordant energies back into harmony and balance. This worldwide event included linking groups at many strategic locations around the world to ensure that the sound was carried from the vortex at Wembley out to the extremities of the earth. An incredible event took place as the Mother Earth took control of the energies across the world and kept the Om going for 15 minutes. This also occurred in many other locations all over the world. The result, the people continuing to do the Om for this extra time, was that the Om itself increased in frequency and the entire earth moved to a new space and a higher frequency. This also took a further 45 minutes off each day. You may feel that we have reached into the higher frequency of the HU, known as the universal sound for the in-breath, moving back toward God. The event at Wembley changed the lives of people present who were experienced of the love, joy, unity, and healing throughout the 8-hour concert, the meditation, and the unbelievably powerful Om. On the 24th of August, 3 days later, peace came to Ireland. as the IRA announced an end to violence, perhaps assisted by this day and its linked-in events in Dublin and other parts of Ireland. Although we have since seen hiccups in this and some other peace processes in the world, understand that these things always have a bigger picture. It is necessary for the people of these areas to demand peace. There are many dates and times being set aside to help focus on the peace for the world. Different groups and individuals receive various inspirations in communicating these energies to the rest of the light force. We have a peace clock, a minute for peace, the 22nd, the silent minute, love for all the world on St. Valentine's Day, a moment for prayer, the Wesak Festival, full moon meditation, and many other wonderful initiatives handling specific areas such as the excellent issues by David of the Global Peace Foundation in California, and the Marine Meditation begun by David Adams in Australia. The Marine Meditation originated by the Ascended Master Saint Germain in 1992. Asks everyone around the world to meet at 8 p.m. local on the March and September equinox every year to focus light into all the oceans and seas of the world. This timing effectively forms a 24-hour wave of oneness, healing, and love that encircles the whole planet. The energy now available is tremendous and is reaching this planetary at approximately 11 waves per second. This planet. One can relate this in terms of power to an ocean wave which hits the shore at 1 wave every 30 seconds. The maximum energy level will be 14 waves per second at the height of the dimensional shift. The cleansing and power of light on Earth has negated the possibilities of nuclear war, great flooding of land masses, earthquake devastation, or an axis tilt causing a pole shift. We raise the frequency, and this is no longer an option. This has been achieved through the extensive work done by the incarnated light force in the form of gatherings, large and small, to meditate and focus light. The energy work done at many Earth locations with great use of sound, color, and crystals. The use of the transmuting violet flame, positive thoughts, and the healing benefits coming from all the mission tasks. Accompanied by the divine dispensation of energy and the help given by the angels and ascended realms of light, a great cleansing has taken place. Solely due to the meditation by the incarnated light force, there is a great wall of light extending out around the earth for 107.4 miles, November 1996. This prevents any negative Earth energy going out into the galaxy, but allows higher frequency light to enter. The denser energies contained within the Earth are being totally transmuted with her structure, and the Earth now emanates a lovely violet hue. It was the Earth Mother herself, the being whose body is the whole of Earth, who originated the request for assistance. Long ago she called to the highest on high for help to cleanse the negative energy imbalance from Earth to allow her and all her life forms to continue their evolution and ascend into the frequency of the 5th dimension. Her original options to cleanse the negative energies were 1. To choose to accept light, love, harmony, balance, peace, prayer, and healing from all the many sources offering it. This choice allows the Earth to use light to transmute the negative energies, thereby allowing a very peaceful and gentle cleansing. To choose great flooding, fires, earthquakes, and possibly requiring the tilt of the Earth's axis, which would relocate the North and South poles, causing a massive devastation. This choice would involve great pain and suffering for the Earth herself, humanity, and the billions of life forms connected. The magnetic grid did shift. I'm sure you're familiar with Cryon channelings. I've been listening to those since Cryon Book 1 in the 90s. As one would expect, the Earth being has chosen to make the transition into her new dimension in the gentlest manner possible through the use of light. She gratefully acknowledges and accepts with immense love all the work done on Earth to help her. She is very happy to continue with this option, receiving as much help as each is willing to give. It It doesn't take a great deal of wisdom to know what form of cleansing she or anyone would choose. It is not pleasant to hear the cries of pain and suffering of humans and all the flora and fauna being ripped apart in traumatic geophysical upheavals. The level of gentleness with which she proceeds is dependent upon the amount of light received. The earth chooses to birth gently into her new dimension. The light forces on earth, representing the soul families on earth, by following spirit, are able to decide what is best in the divine order. With continued positive creation by the light force, God, Goddess prevails. Your highest truth prevails. It's interesting because I have this book here to read to you guys and I wasn't really sure what it was about. The 7 rays. And so we just talked about the 7 rays. So when I read you this, you'll remember this moment. Okay. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Goddess bless.